Chances are you don't really like who you are, or maybe you just don't like the circumstances that you find yourself in. But these 5 steps will help you get to a place and become a person that is honestly unrecognizable to who you currently are. But let's get straight into it. The first step is to have audacious goals. And what I mean by this is having goals that you don't even think you can accomplish as the current version of you. You know your goal is audacious enough if you feel that pressure inside of you. Your heart starts beating faster and faster when you think about, how am I going to accomplish this? Who will I need to become? But that's exactly what you want, and this will force you to grow. It doesn't really matter what goal it is. It does have to align with what you want in life, but it's more important that it forces you to grow. And having a very audacious goal can be a great motivator in order to remain consistent, do the hard things on a daily basis, and just put in the work. Having audacious goals is also important because it helps you a lot with the next step. And the next step is to audit your life. So you need to analyze your life. Ask yourself questions like, why did I choose these audacious goals? Specifically, why those specific ones? What am I going to get from these goals? Who am I going to become from accomplishing these goals, or even working towards them? What will I need to do in order to accomplish these goals? Who will I need to become in order to accomplish these goals? What will prevent me from accomplishing these goals? Where is most of my time going towards currently? And who can help me accomplish these goals, whether they're in your life or not? You need to ask yourself a lot of questions and be extremely introspective. You want to know everything about your life and why you're not satisfied with it. And if you have a good idea of what's going on in your life currently and why you're not happy with it, you can compare that to what you want. And then you can fill the gaps or find a way to get from where you don't want to be to where you want to be. And that's where the next step comes in. Once you have a good idea of what lifestyle or what life you want, you need to remove everything that gets in your way. So you need to remove the junk. You need to get rid of everything that doesn't align with who you want to become and the life that you want to live. You must also remove the things that are going to prevent you from accomplishing your goals. Things like bad habits, unnecessary distractions, negative and toxic people, and just anything that holds you back. And this isn't something that you do in a day and get to the next step. It's something that you continuously do. You have to ask yourself whenever opportunities come, whether it aligns with who you want to become or not. And are these things necessary? And are these things going to help me accomplish my goals, make me happy, or make me feel fulfilled? And the same goes for the next step. It's a continuous process. And this step is to cultivate new habits. So now that you've gotten rid of all the junk, all the things holding you back, you now have room to put things into your life that will help you accomplish your goals and just make you an overall better person. This also makes it a lot harder for junk to get into your life because you are so preoccupied with positive habits. So you just won't have enough time for those bad things anymore because you are so busy with the good things. And these habits are very different depending on the goals that you have. But they are habits that are universally helpful to you. And I have talked about a few of them in my past videos, so make sure you check those videos out to have a better idea. But it is honestly up to you. Because you audited your life, you know what you need to do. So you need to implement those things in order to help you. And if you read, even if you don't read, if I'm being honest, I'd highly recommend you read the book Atomic Habits. This book is the best book on habits, how to cultivate new ones, remove bad ones, and gives you a really good knowledge base on habits and everything that you need to know in order to implement things into your life that'll make you better. So once you've reached this point, you have set audacious goals, you audited your life, you removed the junk, and you cultivated new habits. But you also need to understand that life can throw curveballs at you, and you need to be ready to face them. You need to be able to adapt. Your plan from a week ago might not work this week, and you need to be able to adapt. And I like to call this being fluid. You need to remain fluid as you make your way to your ideal self, your ideal life, fulfilling your purpose. You need to remain fluid and just navigate your way through the circumstances that you find yourself in. And being fluid might mean removing more things, different things, cultivating new habits, stopping doing other habits in order to do ones that are more beneficial, or removing people, things that were originally aligned with your mission, your purpose. Things just happen and you need to adapt to those things. And this is what self-improvement is all about. Navigating through life and just remaining fluid, because you can't be rigid in this life because crazy things happen, unexpected things happen, and you need to be ready for those things. And you need to understand that your original plan and the plan that you end up following is never the same. I've experienced this many times where I have this huge plan, I get halfway through the plan, I realize the plan isn't as good as it should be, or something happens and changes everything. It happens, and that is part of the process and what makes this game of self-improvement so fun, because it's so unexpected. You don't know what's going on and you're just having fun with it, you know? But just remember that this is all part of the process and you will get through it. And it does show that if you change your approach to things, your beliefs, your actions, it all is a form of growth. So just remain fluid. I always tell myself this: if my circumstances change, things happen, remain fluid. Take what life gives you and make it the best thing possible, because that's all that you can do. But that is all I'll say. I hope this video helped you, and be sure to watch the video on the screen right now. I'm sure it'll be beneficial to you as well, and I'll see you in the next one.